Hey, Aubrey. Hey, sis, what you doing? What you up to? What are you up to? I'm out here taking a night stroll. I just got off my bike, so I jumped off, ran outside. It feels good out here today, so I jumped off, ran outside. I'm just kind of cooling down. It's cool and it's nice. It's not too windy. It's not cold at all. No, it's just right. It's actually just right. So I came on here for a few minutes because I haven't done a walk and talk live. Haven't done one in probably over a week. I think it's been about a week maybe. So I just been I've been working, watching, watching some watching more TV. It's snowing there. Oh goodness. So it's snowing where you are, I bet you. So the best thing to do, I guess, is to get all warm, nice and cozy and enjoy that snow. Get warm, get you some cocoa. If cocoa is your thing, get you some cocoa. Get a few blankets, maybe two, maybe two. We don't want to get too hot. Like a thin one and a thick one. Cozy up and enjoy that cold. Enjoy that snow. Enjoy that snow. So yeah, I've been just working and watching TV, watching YouTube, of course. It's to the point where it's not it's not it's not a lot to watch. It's not a lot to watch. It used to be a lot to watch on YouTube. Well, you know what? It is a lot to watch on YouTube. I've just been I haven't been watching the usual channels that I watch. I've been watching some new channels. So I guess I say when there's not a lot to watch, you know how like you like certain channels, but it's kind of like you you need a break from them, and so you just sometimes even though there's a lot to watch, sometimes it's hard finding something new to watch, even on YouTube. So I think what it was that I was just trying to find something to watch during my spare time, like on a break, or when you come home. I go and check the usual channels, and then you watch them for so long, and then you kind of, fish around for something else. So lately, I've just been more intrigued by Netflix and Hulu. Now, I don't watch those a lot either. I really can't even tell you what I've been watching because what I mostly done is watch like a couple of movies here and there. That's what I did. Just watch a few movies here and there. What's up, Big Kane? Hey, bro. Green says, must admit I've been missing our walking time today. It's a treat to catch you today, sis. Yes. Yeah, get the blankets, get the blankets, get the blankets. Get you a couple of blankets, get warm, turn that heater on, cozy up. What's up, Big Kane? What's up, Big Kane? What's up, Big Kane? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, bro? What you been up to? I haven't seen you, Big Kane. I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you in a while. Green says, hey, Big Kane. I haven't seen you in a while. I missed you. Thank you for coming into the live. Thank you, Brilliant. Thank both of you. I appreciate you. I'm on here maybe for like 10 or 15 minutes just to get this cool down in. And Nice. The weather is nice. Kane says, ladies, 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 ladies. How's the weather there, Big Kane? How's the weather? Hey, how have you guys New Year started off? Are you having a great New Year so far? How's the New Year going for you? Green says, always a good time here, sis. Yes, 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 always. Always. That's the goal. That's the goal, brilliant. That's the goal. Girl, always a good time. Nobody got time to be doing no crazy. Nobody got time for the shenanigans. Nobody has time for the shenanigans. It's cold in Florida. Okay, okay. You know what? Like I always visit Florida. I've never really visited Florida during the winter. But I hear, like I have friends in Tampa. They say it doesn't get cold in Tampa. They say it gets like to them, they grab a jacket when it's like 60 something degrees. I'll say 50, like 50. They may grab a jacket when it's like 50 degrees. So, Kane, I don't know where you are, but now I know it does get cold. But I really didn't think it got cold in Florida myself. I don't know why I thought that. Now that I think about it, you guys are surrounded by the Atlantic, so I'm sure the ocean brings the draft off that ocean during the wintertime. I'm sure can make it quite cold, I guess, depending on which area of Florida that you're in. Kane said 50 is cold. Well, see, that's what they said, Kane. That's what they said. So I guess y'all like on the same page. Y'all kind of on the same page. Because when they told me 50 was cold, I was like, what? 50 is cold? No. 50 is really cool. It's cool. 40 is cold. 32 is free. 30s are freezing. But yeah, but if you live in an area and you aren't used to the cold like that, then yeah, 50 degrees can be cold. It definitely can be cold. Green says, "Oh no, BK, it's super cold here. It's probably below zero. It's probably below zero where Brilliant is. Probably below zero." So it's what, January 11th. What have you guys been doing? What have you been up to? Anybody got any new adventures, any new jobs, any new opportunities? Anybody moving into any new spaces and places? Or are you guys kind of just toeing the road, kind of holding it steady? You know, just kind of doing the same old thing, but doing it in a better way. Kind of doing the same old thing, but doing it in a better way. I'm doing a lot of the same, but trying to do it in a better way. That's me. That's me. That's how I am. Trying to do it in a better way. Trying to limit some of the things that I expose myself to on social media. Trying to limit them, you know, and at the same time trying to continue to enjoy the things that I see. Appreciate you, Big Kane. Thank you. Big Kane says just passing through, showing love. I appreciate it. Big Kane, when you going live? I hope you're not gone yet. When you gonna go live? Go live so I can come through and say hello. Go live so we can come through, so Brilliant can come through. Go live, Big Kane. Go live. Go live and show us a day in the life of Big Kane. I know you be cooking. Don't you cook, Big Kane? He's probably gone. But anyway, anybody who comes through here, thank you for coming through. Thank you for stopping by, checking in, sharing a little time with me, spending some time with me while I walk at night. Walk at night, walk at night, walk at night. That can be another thing we do, huh? Walk at night. Okay, bro. He says he will soon. We're looking forward to it. I cook but love to grill. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. See, that's my thing with watching cooking videos and grilling videos with people that I who I'm subscribed to on here. A lot of times I be like, I wish they was like down the street. I wish they were they were right down the street. Cause sometimes people come on here, y'all, and I mean, they cook. They can really cook. They can really grill. They're talented in the kitchen. They're talented with a spatula, with the cooking utensils. So, you know, whether your thing is grilling, cooking, baking, got some people on here that bake too. Yep. Watts Us Decorate. She bakes. She bakes. Y'all check her out. Go over there and check out those cakes. Check out her cakes. Hey, kicking it with Lynn. She says, hey, Lines Pride, and everyone in the chat. Please go check out her cakes. And go over there and check out Kicking It with Lynn. She did some holiday cooking, uploaded some holiday, videos. That food looked good. The food looked good. So, yeah, a lot of times when I see people on here cooking, I'm like, oh, if they were down the street. If they were down the street, I'd pay you a visit. We can break bread together. We can break bread together. How's it been going for the new year, Miss Lynn? How has your new year been? I hope it's been good to you. I hope it's been good to all of you guys. Anybody who comes through here, I hope the new year started out great for you. I hope that it continues to be great. I really do. I can't believe it feels so good. It's so nice. It's not cold. It's not cold. What is it, 13 minutes? I got like, what, 2 to 5 more minutes? I only came on to walk. It's dark. I'm in a good, safe space. But y'all know I don't do cats. Not domestic cats. They'll pop out on you. I like big ones. I like the big ones because they're contained. They're contained. And I love the ones who are wild. I love the wild ones. I love wild ones. I love wild animals. So yeah, this new year, I've been kind of just keeping it steady, doing the same things, but trying to do those things better. Looking into newer things to do that are fulfilling, worthwhile, something to change up the rhythm a little bit, but in a really, really good way. It's going good, Lynn. Thank you for asking. It is. Just praying that it continues to go good, praying that you guys continue to have a great year. That's the goal. That's the goal. Hey, Sonya. Sonya says, hey, Lines Pride chat. It's so cold where I am. It is, Sonya. Regan says that it's snowing. It's snowing where she is. It is snowing. So yeah, it's snowing where she is. It's cold where you is. It snowing, Sonya? Hey, cool gamer. Welcome, 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 welcome everyone coming into the chat. Welcome, 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 welcome in. I'm glad to have you. I appreciate you. What's on your mind? What topics do you want to discuss? What topics do you want to discuss? I'm not going to talk about Mr. Cat Williams too long because I think he blew up the internet for what, the past 2 weeks? If y'all have any opinions or anything y'all want to say about him, y'all can. Because it was funny. It was funny. It was funny how he blew up the internet. And some of the responses were funny. Hey, Tamika. Tamika says it's 36 in Michigan. Oh, Lynn says it's supposed to be a snowstorm tomorrow. 23 degrees in Colorado. Y'all, stay warm, stay warm, stay warm. Bundle up. Get the blankets out. Turn the heater up. And y'all stay warm. Make sure you got some insulation. Make sure you got some insulation. Y'all stay warm, stay safe, stay warm, stay fed. That's a good time. The perfect time to eat, the perfect times with an S, the perfect times to eat is when it's cold outside. You've gotten off work and you're home for the day, or maybe you didn't go to work and you're home all day. You're kind of snowed in, or maybe not snowed in, but it's really cold. Make sure your cabinets are full. Make sure the refrigerator is full. Make sure you got you some apple cider or some hot chocolate, some coffee will do, and get you some blankets so that you don't have to turn that heater up too high and save on that power bill. Get you some blankets and enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Oh, Leah said, "Cat spilling it, ain't he?" Oh, he is spilling it, spilling it. And I'm talking about he don't care one bit. He don't care one bit about spilling it. And the things that he says, a lot of people are like, you know how people are, right? Whenever something's juicy, everybody's gonna latch on to it. And everybody wants to believe a juicy story, even if it sounds true or not, if it sounds legit or not. And everybody's gonna have their opinions. Now, I do think that Cat is legit. Do I think there may be some inconsistencies? I don't know, but I know the people who he's talking about feel like he's very inconsistent. They feel like he's very inconsistent. So, have y'all ever been in that situation where you were having a conversation with somebody, or you maybe even had to recall certain events, and you're sitting there and you're talking to somebody and you're telling it, and then maybe whoever is a part of the situation or a part of whatever it is, they hear your side of it, and they're like, "No, it didn't happen that way. It didn't happen that way. She's lying. He's lying. I don't remember it that way. She's not telling the whole truth. She's not telling the complete truth, or like she added something." Or have y'all just witnessed people who do that? Like, I really, really do generally believe a lot of what he said, and I'm not gonna say I don't believe any of it. I just know that it's always somebody else that's gonna have a different side, like to what happened. And the funniest part was when he and Ricky Smiley, when Ricky Smiley addressed it, like, y'all, wait a minute, y'all. Whatever he said about Ricky Smiley and the role on Friday or whatever. Okay, he said what he said. Ricky Smiley came back, y'all. He called somebody. He called his agent at the time or something, and he wanted to he wanted to prove or verify his part of the story, which was opposite from what or different from what Kat was saying. So that was so funny. So he did that on his radio show, and he was on Instagram, and people came back and they were saying that Ricky Smiley was crying or something, and I was like, what, what? And so I don't know if he was crying or not. Sometimes people say you're crying when you just complain about something. So, sometimes they'll say you're crying and whining when you're complaining about something. So Ricky Smiley did address it on his radio show. And so after people said that he was whining on Instagram or crying on Instagram, Ricky was like, "Oh, hold up, let me go and address this again." So I'm like, like, how long are you gonna keep addressing it? Because it seems like Cat is just like saying what he's saying and he's being done with it. He's saying what he's saying, and he's being done with it. And whoever he says it about, like, you can take it or leave it. He doesn't care that you disagree or whatever. Y'all, it's so funny how he's telling the story. He reminds me of somebody's uncle at the cookout. Sonya says, "I'm chilling in my basement, enjoying my fireplace." That sounds good. That sounds good, Sonya. That sounds good. Lynn says, "Most of the people ain't denying it." Mm-mm. And Steve Harvey, the joke still, I fell out. He had me turned all the way in. Yes, he had me tuned all the way. Yes, 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 yes. Most people aren't denying it. The only, you know what, Lynn, the only person who I saw that really, I think Kevin Hart may have addressed it, but I don't know. It's just something about Kevin Hart where I don't put too much stock into anything he says. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I don't, we always like, to each of us, like to Lynn, Cat Williams may be funny. To me, Cat Williams may be funny. To somebody else, Kevin Hart may be funny, uh, or Mike Epps may be funny, and they may be funny in different ways. But just when you want to speak generally and overall, you may have your funny man, your favorite comedian. And to me, he's just not. I see that I'm like a lot of people with Kevin. Some people say that he's funny to a certain demographic or a certain type of audience. I just, I don't know. Some of the stuff I hear, I just don't find it funny at all. But he does have moments where I find some of his stuff funny. He does have moments. Kicking it Williams, oh, okay. See, kicking it, Lynn. That's I just don't. That's the vibe I get from him. I get that he's a liar too. Allegedly. I mean, not allegedly. I would say in the things I've heard him say, in my opinion, you know, opinions are not facts. Everything said in this video is alleged. We're just having commentary, copyright 107. So we're giving opinions around here. Opinions, 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 opinions and statements. Opinions and statements are not facts. But in our opinion, he comes off as that, not a truth teller. And I just don't see him as a truth teller. Not that he just lies about everything. I'm not saying that, but if it comes to something about maybe something he did, or if someone says that he has a certain type of personality that's not so attractive, I can get with that because you know all of us have something about us or a way about us that somebody's not going to like, right? But sometimes people have a way about them that turn off a lot of people because what's a characteristic, what's a trait that turns off a lot of people? Cockiness, arrogance. Sometimes, especially if it's overly done, if you're overly cocky, you're overly arrogant, that's that that's considered by people as a negative trait, negative characteristic or whatever. So, and sometimes it's just your personality. You give off certain vibes. And I do get that vibe from him too, man. I get that vibe from him. I get that because sometimes when you're so cocky or overly cocky, I, I don't put lying past those people. Like I don't put lying past them at all. Like I said, everybody has a mouth that splits. Everybody has told a lie. Everybody has told a few lies. But there's just some people who just when looking at their overall personality, if someone says that they're a liar, you tend to lean on believing that. Now, that being said, I know Cat can be something else. I know he can, but you know how some people just talk so much to some people talk so much that if everything they're saying isn't the truth, probably like 80% of it is. And that's what I get from Cat. I get that like I feel like most of what he's saying is true. Because like you said, Lynn, nobody's denying it. Now you have some people who feel like silence is the best policy. May he rest in peace, Bernie Mac. Yes, yes. Sonya says ain't none of them funny like Bernie Mac. Okay, okay. Lynn says yes, Sonya. Bernie Mac was the man, and Ricky Smiley needs to knock it off. Cat Williams. You know, Ricky Smiley, he's kind of not like to me, not like in a Kevin Hart kind of way. But if I had to describe, a little cocky or slightly arrogant, he's not the type that I just couldn't deal with, or I would say makes him a bad person. But y'all know how sometimes there are people in life who they feel like they deserve accolades. Like they feel like they deserve accolades and they feel like that everything they say is right. And they feel like however they say other people are supposed to feel is right. Now I've heard Ricky Smiley give his opinion on several people, several times, right? But it seems like whenever someone critiques Ricky Smiley, he gets upset. So I don't really think he's overly arrogant or overly cocky, but I do think that he sometimes has a problem dealing with criticism, constructive criticism even. So, sometimes these people do the most. And of course, I don't blame them. Some people just do too much. And, they tick you off. They talk too much. They tell you how you should live. They tell you about your life, So I can understand him. But sometimes I get that vibe from him. It's like he has the answer to telling people how to do things. And sometimes we make decisions and we feel like they're the right decisions and we stand on them and we stand by them. But I've seen situations that he's addressed on his show and, just on his personal, just from him, just with the people he's interacted with. And sometimes I kind of be like, well, maybe you shouldn't have done this, or maybe you could have done it this way. It's like he always have this 1000% confidence that how he did it was the right way. 100, 1,000. Like with me, I know sometimes I'll feel like, no, I'm right. But if someone says something to me, I'm open to listening, because at the end of the day, even if I feel like I'm right, I may not be all the way right. You see what I'm saying? Like my thought or my opinion on it, or something that I did, it may not have been. It could have been done better, or it could have been done. Maybe I just did too much. Sometimes I think all of us do the most, and sometimes all of us do the least. Sometimes all of us do the most. Sometimes all of us do the least. But for the most part, I think most of us try to keep it, middle of the road, middle of the road. And I just, with Ricky Smiley, Ricky is funny. He was funnier to me when he was younger. But once he got more into the business, it seems like a slight arrogance, came about, a slight cockiness. So, that, and therefore, when Kat said certain things, I could believe it. I could see it. Kevin Hart, same thing. I see a more so with him, cockiness, arrogance. Sometimes people, they tell you about their struggle and what it took for them to make it. But then once they make it, it's like you can't tell them anything. Like you can't tell them anything. Science is exactly kicking with Lynn. Kat said, "Put your money where your mouth is." He did. He did. So when he said that, I'm like, when a person tell you put your money where your mouth is, he's standing on what he said, and he backing himself. He's backing himself. Nobody has to back him. He's backing himself. Yes, yes. Then Ricky Smiley is a little sensitive. He can't play nothing but a one. What? Cat is crazy. Cat is crazy. Yes, he is a little sensitive. And I don't know if he's always been sensitive, but I do remember that when he was younger, he was funnier. Now, on stage and stuff, or in movies, he's funny. But it's like I said, there are certain roles that fit certain people better. And like even Ice Cube said, he wasn't agreeing with everything that Kat said, but he did agree with the fact that when they came out, they felt like, Ricky should be the Santa Claus. Ricky should be the Santa Claus, and Kat should be oh gosh, his name just went away. What was the pimp's name? Kat should be the pimp. So my thing is, as long as you had a significant role and you got the part and you got that check, you got a job. Because imagine being flown out, right? Imagine being flown out to read for a part. Okay, you don't get it. So that's it. That's all. You don't get it. So a lot of times that happens. They get, people get flown out for the part. It's on your laughing. They get flown out for the part. And, they don't get it. And so that's it. But fortunately, sometimes when people get flown out, they may not get the part that they went for, but they get the call for another part to come read for another part. So I do believe Kat when he says that that's what happened. I saw Ricky dressed up as the pimp or whatever, and he was funny. He looked funny, but Kat just looked more. The role fit him more. They both had that pimp vibe about them in costume, but the role just fit him more, and the other role fit Ricky more. And it's funny, but I mean that's just comedy. That's with everything. There's just a certain comedy has this, I guess, it's divisions, it's streets, it's avenues where you can be funny this way or to a certain demographic of people, and you can be funny to a certain, whether it's age, race, whatever. And sometimes you have those people who they're funny, but you have to be in the mood for their kind of funny. Like they're kind of corny. So, they can be corny. And you have those people who are hilarious. It doesn't matter. Like Bernie Mac, they're just hilarious. It's in his look, it's in his delivery, it's in what he says, it's in how he says it. It's in just what he does altogether. He's just an all-around funny person. And The only time I don't know a time where you I mean the only time Bernie Mac wouldn't probably be funny to somebody is if they're just not in the mood. Just not in the mood for any laughter or whatever. But there are some comedians, it's like if there are 10 people in the room, they can make three laugh. You get another one come in and he can make three laugh, but it won't be the same three. Then you can get one that comes in, Bernie Mac, and he tears down the room. So get another one comes in, he tears the room up. And what are people usually gonna do? They're gonna gravitate to that one. They're gonna gravitate to that person because they've just got that special, they've got that it factor. They have that it factor. So they're gonna gravitate to the one where, I mean, you come into a comedy show, right? So the goal is to laugh till you can't laugh. It's to laugh until you need a break. And then laugh again. That's the goal. The goal is to laugh until you need a break and then to laugh again. And then there are some where it's like if their set is 15 minutes, you may only laugh 3 minutes. There are some that with a 15-minute set, you may laugh 8 minutes. And then there are some you're going to laugh the whole 15 minutes. When the 15 minutes is up and they're off stage, you're still laughing. It is how it is. And I remember the Kings of Comedy. And actually, I remember it before D.L. Hughley. Yes, he was in the movie and everything after that, but I remember before DL was a part of it. So as far as the movie, yes, he is an original king of comedy. And as far as people's opinions, on who's funny and who's not, of course, he'll always be a king of comedy. But I remember before in 97, 98, that's what it was. Before they did the movie. So, before they did the movie, Joe Torre was the host. And it was Cedric the Entertainer, Steve Harvey, and Bernie Mac. And Bernie Mac was the funniest. He was. I'll be honest with y'all. Bernie Mac was the funniest, then Cedric, then Steve. And I think what Steve was supposed to kind of be the headline. But when I saw them live, when they did the tour, that tour broke records. It broke records. It broke some record that was set by the Backstreet Boys. So when I saw them, it was when I left that show, if I had to say who was the funniest, it would have been Bernie, Cedric. Oh, y'all, Cat said something about Cedric stole his joke too. I just remember that. So it would have been Bernie, Cedric, and then Steve Harvey. Because some of the times that Steve Harvey was up there, I was kind of getting a break. We were kind of getting a break because he just wasn't as funny. But he did have his moments, and that's how Kevin Hart is to me. If I had to categorize, I would put Steve Harvey and Kevin Hart in the same. Kevin Hart may be a little bit better now because he's a little bit younger, and so he's had time to kind of, work on his skill or whatever. So if I had to put them in a box, I would say Kevin Hart and Steve. And I think Kevin is a little bit funnier. I would say Bernie Mac. And if I put anybody in the box with Bernie Mac, to be honest with you, the closest person would be Cat Williams. It would be Cat Williams. And I put Ricky Smiley and Cedric the Entertainer in a box together. So the best, I would say, the box labeled the best would be Bernie, and Cat could be in there. The one second best would be Cedric and Ricky. But like Miss Lynn said, Ricky gets too sensitive. He can throw a joke on you and he can crack a joke. But sometimes, and it's not even about the jokes where I notice his sensitivity. I notice his sensitivity like in a lot of things. Like it could just be, he has an opinion on something. And if you're a celebrity, you have to be aware that a lot of people may think that your opinion isn't popular. So say he says something about somebody and it's an unpopular opinion. Well, people are going to jump on that. And I think most people know when their opinion is unpopular. Of course, you don't want everybody in the world jumping on you, but people will. So when he has like an unpopular opinion and then people give their opinions about it, it's like Lynn said, he gets like sensitive. He's it's very easy for him to become sensitive. But I do think he's funny and I do enjoy his work. And honestly, I think he could be funnier. But he started, doing radio and stuff like that. So I think the more you do something, the better you get at it. And I know a lot of times he still does comedy, he does stand up, but not as much because of the radio show. So sometimes it's just not that you can't be better, or you know your abilities, and he knows, or any comedian for that matter, not just Ricky. But if something else takes the place, like if you start acting all the time, you have some people who they just want to be stand-up comedians. But then you have someone like a Kevin Hart who gets into the movies and stuff like that. And so now you're supposed to be the funny guy of the movie. Well, that's kind of taken away from your time to hone in on your craft, especially if you do stand-up. Or because for some people, they say stand-up will always be their thing, will always be their baby. No matter how many sitcoms they're in, no matter how many shows they're in, stand-up will be their thing. And that's why some of them always, they continue to do stand-up. So I don't know, but it was just talking about the comedians. It's so funny. It reminds me of the rappers. When the rappers get into it, they don't get into it like they used to. Rappers don't argue as much as they used to. I don't think. um, if they do, I still don't think it's as much as they used to. But it's so funny because these comedians nowadays, they're reminding me of the rappers. They get into it, they have beefs, they throw shade, they throw shots, slick shade, slick shots, sometimes heavy shade, heavy shots. And then that'll go on for a little while. And then they just, they end up squashing it. I will say this about Ricky Smiley. He was talking about Arnez J. Now, Arnez J is funny as heck to me. Now, now he is funny. I ain't gonna lie to you. He's funny. I would put him in the box with Bernie Mac, but I'll put him like on the bottom shelf, Cat on the second shelf, and Bernie on the top shelf. So he is funny. But I remember him telling the story that he and Arnez J have been like, hey, Aries B, what's up? Welcome to the live, Aries B. How you doing? You caught me live. I was about to get up off here. I'm walking. I just got done exercising, so I'm out here cooling down. Hey, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Sonya, who you was talking about when you said Woo Child? Was you talking about Cat Williams? But Ricky Smiley, he is funny, but he does get a little too sensitive sometimes. And you know what? I'm not gonna even say too sensitive because he feels how he feels. But I guess I say too sensitive because Ricky Smiley will tell you how he feel about you or your situation in a heartbeat. He'll tell you about how he feels about you and your situation in a heartbeat, and he'll be kind of hard on you. So he'll tell you about your situation in a heartbeat. He'll be kind of hard on you. But when people critique him, he does not like it. Ricky Smiley does not like to get critiqued. But I like him. I do. I like Ricky Smiley. Like I said, I think Kevin Hart. I think he's a little arrogant, a little cocky. I think Ricky is too, but just not as much as Kevin. Hey, Kid Kitchen. Hey. Welcome to the live. Glad to have y'all in the live. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. I haven't you know what? That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to do a short today. I was on my elliptical. Sonya, how you enjoying your new bike? How are you enjoying your new bike? Aries B says you are right about Ricky and Kevin. Yes, Aries B, do you detect that too? You get that vibe off of them too? It's like Kevin is not as funny as I think Kevin thinks he is. Now, like I said, I will say he has his funny moments. He has funny moments, but his funniness, is that a word? His funniness it's not a broad range. Like, it's kind of like, that's what I was saying earlier. Some people are only funny to a select group or a certain demographic. And then you have other people who are also, you have some people who are only funny to younger people. I say under 35. You have some people who are some comedians, they're funny to everybody. That's Bernie Mac. That's a Cat Williams. They're funny to everybody. You know, every joke they tell may not be funny to you, but generally overall they're funny. So then you have people like a Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer. They're funny most of the times, you know. But people like Cat and Bernie, they're funny like almost all of the time. Almost all the time. I'll say they're funny 90% of the time or more. Um, like a Ricky Smiley, Cedric the Entertainer, they're funny, I say 75, 80% of the time. And then you have someone like a Kevin Hart. Uh, you know, he he can be funny, and some people say that he's funnier in movie roles. You know, so maybe he has that timing. Maybe it's his timing. Maybe his timing is better in movies than it is like in stand up. But to me, when Kat talked about him, you know, I kind of not knowing these people now, but just the vibe that I get from him in interviews and stuff, I feel like he was so happy to be famous that maybe it has gotten gone to his head a little bit. Y'all ever got that from an actor, a comedian, actress? Like they're so happy to be famous that it goes to their head a little bit and they come off as a little bit cocky, a little bit arrogant. So that's how I feel Kevin is. And like I said, I don't think he's the funniest comedian at all. I think he's just like funny to me like half the time. And he is funnier in movies. He is funnier in movies. I think he's that corny funny. He's kind of corny. He's that corny funny. Eric B says, yes, ma'am. Let's see. Kev used to be funny. Ain't nothing, yeah, ain't nothing constant but change. That's right. That's right. Change is inevitable. You just have to hope and pray that the change is good. You know, you have to hope and pray that the change is good. Like I tell y'all all the time, I know what my grandparents and my parents used to say when they said, keep on living. You know, just keep on living. You look at you. I remember one time my great great grandmother lived till I was 15. I think she was like 92, anywhere between 92 and 96. And then one day we were sitting on the porch and I said, Graham, I said, you got so many wrinkles in your hand. You know, and I wasn't 15 at the time that I said it. She lived till I was 15, but I think I may have been like maybe 10 or 11. I said, you got so many wrinkles in your hand. She said, shit, Gail, keep on living. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember them talking to you like that? She said, shit, Gail, keep on living. Sorry, YouTube. I had to say it the way she said it. Lynn says a lot of them alleged rappers swing both ways. Ooh, I'm shocked with all the stories on who's doing what. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Lynn. I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that. You know what? It's enough. It's so much stuff going on in Hollywood and in celebrity news. Nobody on here should be on here without nothing to talk about. Nobody on here should be on here with nothing to talk about. Eric B says, hey Lynn, I'm not surprised by none of what's going on in the world. Okay? None of it. None of it. Because they accept so much. You like, you know what? Yeah, let me tell you what I saw the other day. Um, my coworker came the other day. She said, girl, check this out. When I tell y'all, it was little girls and little boys. And when I say little, I mean toddler age to maybe 6 years old. Some of them were older than that, but there were too many who were like 3 to 6 years old, right? Y'all, they were teaching them how to pole dance. They were teaching them how to pole dance. So how many of you guys think it's okay to teach toddlers and school age babies, to me, what boys and girls, to pole dance? How many of you guys think it's okay to teach those kids to pole dance? Lynn says, RSV, it's a lot going on allegedly. Okay. Yo, it's a lot going on allegedly, y'all. Oh, yes, the news about TD Jakes. Yes. Child, I don't know. And so what do y'all think about the ones who don't say anything? Like when the allegations come out and they don't say anything. Sometimes I feel like you shouldn't say anything. And sometimes I feel like you shouldn't say anything, but sometimes I feel like you have to say something because people don't care anything about ruining people's careers. People don't care anything about dragging people through the mud. People don't care anything about, and I just don't understand it. Like, why don't people care about ruining people's careers with like either false allegations or just flat out rumors? You know, now that's not okay. Right, right. Right, it's not okay. Arsby says pole dancing and pole exercises can be different. Yes, they can be different, but to me, I think our excuse as a society for everything is it's 2023, it's 2024. I think that's our excuse for everything that we do. I think as little girls and little boys, we should always treat them as little girls and little boys because all these pervs, all the pervs in the world, when we see pedo, that word, it's a long word. When we see those type of things going on, now what a person does doesn't justify it at all. It doesn't excuse it at all. If you want to walk down the street with no clothes on, it doesn't justify somebody SAing you. If that's what you want to do, what they need to do is they need to be calling the authorities so somebody can come and see about you. So if you want to walk down the street though with no clothes on, it doesn't justify somebody doing whatever they want to do to you. And if your little kids have on skimpy clothes, because sometimes these little girls don't have on what's called skimpy clothes, they're just leotards and tights. So my thing is, I feel like there has to be limitations on some of the things we teach and when we teach. Because the video she showed me, of course, there was that first mom, young, and it's not going to always be the younger one. So I'm not going to stereotype because sometimes it's these older ones, and sometimes these older women and men, they act like it's okay for these young people to just act buck wild, and I think that's because they didn't get a chance to do it. They didn't get a chance to do it, and some of them are doing it. Sometimes you see, looking on YouTube, the dancing granny. I bet you all kinds of videos pop up. So, but what I'm saying is, like, can we not let kids be kids though? So like Eris B said, there's a difference between dancing and exercising. But when that child touches that pole and they happen to see Players Club, if they just happen to see that one day and they touch that pole and they've been learning pole exercises, I think that there are so many more strengthening exercises that you can teach your children to do. Now that said, I didn't mind the pole thing because when you think about it, when you put kids in gymnastics, those are poles. They're horizontal. They're horizontal. But most of the times with gymnastics, you're not being, well, I'll take that back too. I was about to say you're not being provocative, but sometimes you can be. So my thing is, how young is too young to be able to let them know the difference? That's why I feel like there should be an age limit with certain things that you teach. Can you teach a child to be limber, to be athletic, to be a gymnast? Yes, but certain things, especially when those things are more adult-like, there are certain ways we should try and keep it G-rated. There are certain ways we should try and keep it G-rated. Sonia says, remember, we are not of this world. Okay. Lynn says, now TD needs to step down gracefully. He know what he is. Arisby says, because we used to climb trees. Yeah, and that we had, Arisby used to climb those jokers and fall. Oh my gosh. We used to climb those things and fall. Baby, that wasn't nice. That wasn't that nice. Yes, Arisby. So that's my thing with it. Like, knowing when and exactly what to teach them. Okay, if we're gonna let them do pole dancing, but see, the thing about the video that I saw, I know it was inappropriate. It was inappropriate. It was inappropriate for little boys, but elementary school age from 3 up to maybe 10, 11. It was inappropriate for the little boys. It was inappropriate for the little girls. Very inappropriate, because teaching them to go up and down the pole, strengthening their core, strengthening their arms, and strengthening their legs is one thing. But when you got them doing all kinds of, girl, all kind of things. And then they limber too. So you know they can do it. And it's some of them more limber than others. It's some of them that ain't never seen a pole. They'll go in there, grab that pole and handle that pole like it ain't nothing. So, but you know, you got some of them that get up there and the parents are on the other pole showing them how to be provocative. I don't think that's a place. I don't think that that should happen. But like you said, Arisby, it's a big difference between strengthening exercises on a pole and pole dancing. It's a really big difference. Arisby says, that's right, Sonya, I agree. I'm glad I had a childhood life. I know, Sonya, I know. And that's my thing. Like, let the kids be kids, you know? And when they are doing something that's adult like, don't excuse it by saying, oh, it's the 21st century, or it's 2022, it's 2023, it's 2024. Yeah, and they're still kids. And they're still kids. So don't let that's the one thing I was glad my mother did. I didn't do what everybody else in the neighborhood did. Me and my siblings, we didn't do what everybody else in the neighborhood did. The first thing they said, so everybody go jump off the bridge, you're gonna jump off the bridge. And that's always kind of like that golden rule kind of thing. So you want to do everything because everybody else is doing. Not doing what everybody else is doing makes you more unique. Not doing what everybody else is doing makes you special in your own way. Now, are we saying don't have fun? No, we're not. But when I saw them the kids, y'all, the kids were just, they were strong, all right. They were strong. They were strong, Arisby. But you can tell they had taught them to do club pole dances. I'll put it like that, club dances. And I was like, and it was little boys. And it was, some little boys. And my thing is, some of the first ones that call little boys out of their name, say, oh, he's a little. Y'all are some of the ones that throw them into certain situations that a child is going to be what a child is going to be, no matter what you do. But sometimes adults can do things to kids, whether it's inappropriate behavior or whether it's okaying and allowing them to do inappropriate behavior. So I just think in this day and age, we're almost to gender free. I don't know. But what I do know is that I don't care if it's a little boy or a little girl. The way they had them doing on that pole on the video I saw, that was a no. That would have been a no. And anybody, if my mom had caught somebody showing us that would be, oh, you won't be going back to that. You won't be going back to that. But the thing about it, y'all, is that the mothers were there. They were there on on the separate pole. I understand exactly what you were saying. Yeah, like they were there on a separate pole. And you know what? Now that Arisby said that, they keep sticking with me. The exercises, that would be perfect. That's just like when you're on monkey bars at school, you're doing flips and it's just a different way to strengthen yourself. But they weren't exercises, y'all. They weren't exercises. They were doing the thing. They were showing you what they could do without even knowing what they were doing, if that makes sense. They were showing you what their body could do without even knowing what it could do. And think of a pervert just walking by the facility going to this grocery store next door. Just think about the perv walking, just passing by, looking through the glass window, walking to the grocery store next door. RSB says, right lines pride. Lynn says, kitchen. Yeah, I'm trying to walk. Kitchen Chronicles, Jenny's old school, and he's speaking the truth. TD trying to get him off the air. What does that say about him? Guilty. RSB says, I know, right? TD got to know what he's doing. It totally is wrong. Y'all, it's a mess. It's just a mess. It's almost like they don't want you to have boundaries. Like it's almost like just get rid of the word boundary. Like no boundaries. Get rid of the word boundary. Like they have no boundaries. And I'm like, shh. So it's just like a free for all. It's just a free for all. There are no boundaries. How long I've been on here? Like 55 minutes. I'm about to get off here. Y'all saw I was gonna be on here 15 minutes, right? But I'm glad y'all came to this live. I appreciate it. I greatly appreciate it. We can keep going. I'm just walking now, y'all. Y'all know how I do. My cool down should be like 10 minutes. I come on here and stay an hour. So I don't even know why I'm saying anything. That's nothing new. I come on here to cool down and I'm on here for like an hour. But yeah, I exercise twice a day. This morning, then this evening. So now I'm cooling down. Have you guys started exercising? I hope you guys are, because y'all know the purpose of this live is to get you moving. I want y'all to move the legs, the hips, the arms. Just 30 minutes a day, y'all. 30 minutes a day. If you're just starting out, 15 minutes a day. 15 minutes a day. Just start with something. If you have any type of health condition, if you have anything going on with your joints or something like that, always consult your healthcare provider. Y'all know I always give that disclaimer. I don't know any healthcare provider who doesn't suggest that you move, but know your limits. Know your limits. We all have limits. And if you don't have any limits, hey, go for it. But know your limits, and just move. Stretch before, about 5 minutes before, 5 to 10 minutes before, if you want to. There's nothing wrong with stretching. Stretching, gets you toned. Stretching helps to get you toned. If you want to really, really be toned, do some yoga. Do some yoga. So, make sure that you stretch as you warm up, and when you're done, make sure that you cool down, and make sure that you stretch after that. So always begin with stretches, end with stretches. Just move. Y'all know that's the whole purpose of me coming on here. Let's walk and let's talk. While we're walking, we can multitask. We can walk, we can talk, we can chew gum. We can do it. And if you can't do one, don't chew the gum. Just walk and talk. If you can't do one of them, just do two of them. Walk and talk. Let me see. How many miles? How many miles? How many miles? Do I walk, ASB? I do like today I did 10. I did 5 early and then 5 later. But like when I come on here, I just walk. I just stroll. Because I'm really just cooling down. Usually I'm cooling down, and even if I'm like really, really busy and I miss working out, the times I come on here, I might just come on here and do like a walk, a cool down walk, or a stroll. Just something to encourage people to get up and move. Stretch. Stretch. Move for at least 30 minutes per day. I don't know any professional site that won't tell you 30 minutes per day. But if you can't do 30 minutes per day, or if you're just starting out, at least do 15. At least do 15. Don't overextend yourself. Do 15 and work your way up. Work your way up. If you can talk, talk. If you can't talk, you'll work up to that. If you can't talk, you'll work up to that. And if you feel if it's uncomfortable for you in any way, stop, limit yourself. You have to know your limits. And again, always talk to your healthcare provider whenever you're starting a new exercise routine. No matter how light it may be, just, run it by your healthcare provider. Think about any issues that you might have going on. If you don't have any issues going on, you still want to make sure that you stretch. You don't want to pull anything. You want to make sure that you stretch, you warm up your muscles, and be safe. Be as safe as possible. Sonia says, I'm about to do 45 minutes of workout, 30 minutes on my bike. Okay, Sonia, 15 on your treadmill. That's what I'm talking about, Sonia. What's your challenge for this month, Sonia? Does your group have a challenge for this month? ASB says, Alliance Pride, I got to put my notifications on so I can ride. Okay, while you walk. Yes, put them on, ASB. How you catch me this time on ASB? Did you get the notification? Lynn says, Alliance Pride, yes, I'm exercising because I just feel better when I do. Plus, I'm trying to stay fit. Yes, trying to stay fit. And a lot of times, people get discouraged. Like, people get discouraged because they'll say, okay, they exercise, or someone else they know exercises, and they still, God forbid, maybe has diabetes or still has high blood pressure. Or they still, some things are just hereditary. It doesn't matter how much you exercise. Some things they're just hereditary. And some things, nobody in the family has it, but that person may be the first one, So sometimes things are hereditary. Sometimes no one in the immediate family has the issue, but that person is the first one, or maybe it's so far back till nobody remembers who had this or who had that. Some things just happen. First and foremost, we got to do what? Pray to the Most High. But secondly, even don't let that discourage you. The fact that these conditions are out here, like blood pressure problems, cholesterol, high cholesterol, because exercising will help make it better. It may not make it go away, but it'll help to make it better. And I always say, that's just like, God forbid you you catch a cold, flu, or something. If you exercise routinely on a regular basis, you'll pop back a lot faster than if you don't. So, exercising is not going to be the cure all be all to everything, but exercising will be good for you. It'll help you to stay fit. It'll help you bounce back quicker. Whenever you do have to deal with an issue, exercise will help you bounce back quicker. If you walk, you're used to walk because first of all, you're going to have that mental mindset, right? Your body is going to be used to doing it. So say you're sitting up and they're saying, well, you got to stay off of this for 2 weeks, 6 weeks. Well, that's going to be the hardest thing for you to do. At first, definitely, of course, you're going to have to stay off of it for those 3 to 4 days for sure. But some people, y'all, will literally wait the whole 2 to 3 weeks before they try and do anything. But if you've already had a mindset where you like to move a lot, you like to get up, then you'll bounce back faster. One, because your body is geared that way. You've trained it to be that way. Two, because you have that mental mindset. You have that mental mindset. Let's see. Well, I saw you telling me. Ooh, y'all know I just stopped looking at the comments and I'm way behind. Okay, I saw what Arisby said she had to put the notifications on. Lynn says, Arisby, okay, I saw that. That's why I know he's wrong. That's why, something going on. Because, sometimes you got to come out, you got to stand and speak for yourself. Not all the time when people are just being foolishly stupid, ignorantly stupid. But sometimes when certain allegations are made, you got to stand up and you got to speak for yourself. Lynn says, oh, yeah, I saw that one. Launch Pride sounds like a true coach. Thank you, Arisby. I try. That's the whole purpose of me. I don't do a lot of lives. The lives that I do are like just trying to focus on fitness, trying to focus on being healthy or healthier. No matter what the situation is, you can always try to improve it, or sustain, keep it from, being the wrong way. Try your best to keep it in the road, keep it in the middle of the road or make it better. I always try to make your circumstances better. And I just want you to be fit. I want you to move those joints, walk so that synovial fluid can move around in those joints. Those knees. Some of us got mega knees. Some of us got good knees. Some of us don't. So, the more you walk, like I say, I always tell y'all, you don't have to be a marathon runner. Just move your body, just walk. The more you walk, the more synovial fluid your joints will create. And, sometimes people have to go and get those steroid injections in their knees and stuff like that. We're trying to prevent that. Sometimes you have to go get therapy, especially if you've had an injury or, former athletes, they know about it. So think about them. Look at how fast these athletes bounce back. Of course, they have the technology, but it's because they're so athletic. They're always moving. They're always doing something, whatever their sport is. So we everyday people, we have to do, we need to move. We need to move those arms. Get you an elliptical. You'll hit everything. You hit the core, you hit the legs, you hit the arms, you hit the hips. Move those arms. Get you a treadmill. On your treadmill, move your arms. If it doesn't have the bars like an elliptical, just move your arms. Do arm exercises. So I do all kinds of stuff on my treadmill. I mean, not my treadmill, but my elliptical. I do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I have buzzed my butt on my elliptical before, jumping all across the elliptical. Jumping all across the elliptical, being stupid. The challenge this month is 15.2 or 30 months of workout. 15.2 or 30 months of workout. 30 months? Kingdom with Lynn says, Arisby, I'm going to slide over to. Yes, please do. Please do, Kingdom with Lynn. Slide over there to Arisby. And Arisby, so you can slide on back over there and lock into Miss Lynn, please. I appreciate y'all. Let's see. It was okay, it was in your feeds. Okay, I remember I asked you how you found it. Thank you for coming in. But again, y'all, I guess y'all know what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna wish y'all peace, positivity, and prosperity. Without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. And wherever chaos and negativity breed and stir around in a pot, you fail to prosper. So I wish you all peace, positivity, and prosperity. Don't let bother people bother y'all. Don't let these bother people bother you. And don't you bother anybody. Don't bother anybody. Don't go anywhere and leave with more stress than you had when you went there. Whether it's this web, this world wide web, these apps, the grocery store, work, church, home. Try not to, don't let bothered people bother you, and don't leave any place with more stress than you went in with. Don't leave out with more stress than you went in with. I always say that's easier said than done, but just focus on it. Focus on it. Try and focus on it. I always say I don't understand how people argue back and forth online. I do understand because sometimes people have to defend themselves. But y'all, we have people living right in now under the same roof, and we'll walk around because we mad at them. Our mates, sometimes your children, sometimes your parents. You'll walk around that house for 2 weeks and won't even say a word to them. But then you get online and you rah, 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 rah. Ignore some of these people sometimes. I know we aren't perfect. We got to speak up sometimes. But again, peace, positivity, and prosperity. Chaos and negativity keep you from prospering, whether it's mentally, physically, or however you want to prosper. This is a new year. We want to prosper. We want to prosper all the time. We want to prosper all the time. Good night, Kicking It with Lynn. Good night, Airspeed. If anybody goes live, let me know, let me know, let me know. Y'all, please connect with each other. I don't have my other device, so I can't drop. Sonya, did you ever learn how to drop the links? Good night, Sonya. Good night, good night, good night. Hopefully, Sonya will learn how to drop links. Y'all, Sonya, you just have to go to the channel and then click on their channel and then come back and paste it in. But y'all have a good night. Enjoy your night. And be good. Be good to yourself. Y'all know we talk about that 4-letter word, self. There's nothing wrong with being selfish sometimes. There's nothing wrong with being selfish sometimes. Selfish, 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 selfish. Just as long as you're selfish in a good way. As long as you're selfish in a good way. Have some self-esteem, some self-improvement, some self-care. Self. Just think about self. We think about other people all the time. You got to remember to think about self so that you can continue to do the things that you need to do for those people in your lives that you love and for yourself. And on that note, I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live. Bye, y'all.